Let me rephrase that. I can take time for myself if I ask for help. I can set boundaries if I stop apologizing for having needs. I can succeed if I stop trying to do it all alone. The life you want is on the other side of these beliefs. It's time to rewrite them. Ever feel like you're in a constant competition between your career and your husband's patience? Your kids think you work too hard, but hey, you're doing it all for them, right? The struggle is real, and I've been there too. Moments of feeling like a crappy mom and wife because once again, your kids had breakfast on their way to school, and you've got more important things on your plate than cooking and cleaning. Hey there, working moms who are juggling a million things and still wondering if you're doing it right. I'm Veronica Cisneros, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, a mama of 3, and married for 24 years. Welcome to the Empowered and Unapologetic podcast, where we dive deep into the messy, chaotic, and sometimes hilarious world of mastering motherhood, marriage, and business. I get it, balancing it all was never the goal, but here we are, trying anyway. I'm here to share my journey and guide you through yours. No more apologies for being driven, and definitely no compromises on your dreams. Together, we'll navigate the challenges of being a powerhouse in both business and family life. Join me as we tackle the uncomfortable conversations from being the breadwinner to changing the rules of what a marriage looks like. Let's figure out how to parent in a working parent household without the constant arguments or guilt. I'm Veronica Cisneros, and this is Empowered and Unapologetic, where we embrace the chaos, challenge the norms, and strive to live life on our own terms. Get ready for some real talk, actionable tips, and a few laughs along the way. What it means to do business like a woman. Transform your life with this 2025 blueprint. Do you ever feel like you're running on empty? Like you're juggling your career, your family, and everyone else's needs. But deep down, you're asking yourself, is this all there is? You're exhausted from trying to meet everyone's expectations, your boss, your kids, your partner, and you're constantly wondering if you're doing enough. But let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt enough? I really want you to think about that. Today, I'm sharing your blueprint for transformation in 2025. Not a quick fix. You know I don't do band-aids. Not another to-do list, but a guide to help you create a life that feels aligned, fulfilling, and, of course, unapologetically yours. So grab your coffee, find a quiet spot, and let's talk about how to make this year different, how to make it yours. When was the last time you sat in silence? And I mean real silence, not when you were asleep, when there was no phone, no distractions, no multitasking. For most of us, silence feels unbearable. Why? Because it forces us to sit with the truth we've been avoiding. Let me ask you this. What comes up when you're alone with your thoughts? Do you feel guilt, anxiety, regret? Or maybe it's the realization that you've been moving so fast, you've lost sight of what you actually want. Here's what I want you to do. This week, sit in silence for 10 minutes every day. No distractions, and you can't sleep. Just you and your thoughts. Pay attention to what bubbles up. Is it the fear that you'll never measure up? Is it the longing for more connection with your family? Or is it the frustration of knowing you've put your dreams on the back burner for too long? This is where transformation starts, by getting honest with yourself about what's really going on. Let's go deeper. Think back to your childhood. Was there ever stillness? Or was it constant chaos? Did you grow up in a home where problems were swept under the rug? Were you the fixer, the one who had to figure everything out because the adults around you wouldn't? or couldn't? Did you learn that love was conditional, tied to how much you achieved or how much you sacrificed? These patterns don't just fade away. They show up in your career, your relationship, your parenting. Maybe you're the over-functioner who takes on everything because you don't trust anyone else will. Maybe you're the peacekeeper who avoids conflict even when it means betraying yourself. Or maybe you're the perfectionist, constantly striving for the next goal because you believe that's the only way you'll be valued. Could totally relate. But here's the truth. The chaos you grew up in doesn't have to define your future. You have the power to break those patterns, to create a life that feels calm, intentional, and whole. But first, you have to face them. Don't worry, I'm here with you. I want you to think about what you're hearing from the people closest to you. What do your kids say when you're too busy to play, too tired to engage? Maybe it's, Mom, are you done working yet? Or maybe they've stopped asking altogether. What do you hear from your partner? Maybe it's, you're always on your phone. Or I feel like I'm the last thing on your priority list. Or, like my husband said, I'm tired of competing with your career. And then there's a voice in your own head, the one that whispers, you're failing. You're not doing enough. These voices aren't here to make you feel guilty. They're here to remind you of what matters most. If you're hearing these things, it's not because you're failing. It's because you've been trying to do it all without stopping to ask yourself, what really deserves your time and energy? This year, I want you to ask yourself, what needs to change so I can show up for the people I love and for myself? Let's talk about the stories you've been telling yourself. One of them might be, if I slow down, everything will fall apart. Another might be, I have to keep the peace or no one else will. Or maybe you're thinking, I can't go after my dreams because everyone else depends on me. These stories aren't truths. They're fear-based beliefs, and they're keeping you stuck. This year, I want you to rewrite those stories. Every time you hear yourself say, I can't, replace it with, I can if. I can't take time for myself if I ask for help. Let me rephrase that. I can take time for myself if I ask for help. I can set boundaries if I stop apologizing for having needs. I can succeed if I stop trying to do it all alone. The life you want is on the other side of these beliefs. It's time to rewrite them. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt fully in control of your life? Not just surviving chaos, but actually thriving. If you're like so many high-achieving women I work with, you're probably doing everything for everyone else. But deep down, you're exhausted. You're managing the kids, the marriage, the career, an endless to-do list. But somewhere along the way, you stopped recognizing the woman in the mirror. This is exactly why I created Empower X. This isn't a motivational pep talk or a surface level course. It's a complete transformation. In Empower X, we don't just talk about balance or boundaries. We build them. We tackle the real issues holding you back. Overwhelm, resentment, fear of failing, or even fear of being seen. Together, we'll rewrite the rules you've been living by. You'll learn to set boundaries that actually stick. Master your time so it works for you. And reconnect with yourself in a way you didn't think was possible. This isn't just about work or family. It's about you. You deserve to be more than the roles you play. The truth, the life you want isn't out of reach. It's waiting for you to claim it. But here's the catch. No one else is going to do this for you. The question is, are you ready? Spots are limited, and this is your chance to start 2025 differently. Head to www.veronicacisneros.org/EmpowerX. Don't wait for permission because you already have it. It's time to take back your power. Let's do this together. Now, here's your step-by-step blueprint for 2025. Set your vision. Take time to imagine your ideal life 1 year from now. Write it down. Be specific. Don't leave any details out. Act as if you and I are having a conversation. What would you be so excited to share with me that you've already done? Take time to imagine all of it. And don't be shy. Next, identify what's holding you back. List the fears, beliefs, and roles you've outgrown. You're no longer 10 or 14. What served you as a kid is no longer serving you. And I need you to really, really hear me when I say that, because a good amount of us get stuck in replaying and recreating our childhood. And we do it because that's what's familiar. And we're so afraid to step outside of our comfort zone. But the truth is, these fears are an illusion. They're what others made us believe. We thought we were not good enough. We thought we would never be capable of doing more. But those fears are holding you back. So this is why it's so important to identify them, list them. And yes, I know it's scary. Do it anyway. Now, I want you to create a stop doing list. Write down the habits, commitments, and obligations you're ready to release. Yes, I want you to write them all down. Don't be shy and stop apologizing. If you find yourself apologizing, if you find yourself struggling to put pen to paper, force yourself. Grab the other hand and force it on the one with the pen and write it down. Write it down. Release yourself. You've been in prison for a very long time. Yet this entire time, you've also had the key. The fact that you're listening to this podcast is proof that you are willing to do something different. So let's go. Next, take one brave action each week. Yes, each week. Whether it's setting a boundary, saying no, or taking a leap. Commit to one bold step every week. And don't get me wrong, I know this is scary. I know you're so afraid of what the consequences will be. But think about the consequences you're living in right now. Your kids struggle to connect with you, not because they don't love you, but because you're so damn busy. They want to spend time with you. They want to start talking to you. But how can they talk to someone that's behind a laptop or their phone? When your husband says that he's tired of competing with your career, it's not that he's insecure. Well, don't get me wrong, there might be some insecurities there. But he's saying something to you. Listen, you can still be a successful business person, business owner. You can still be successful. And you can also be happy in your marriage and an exceptional mom. What's next? Find your people. Surround yourself with women who get it, whether it's therapy, a mentor, or Empower X. Don't try to do this alone. You're going to need that community. Why? Because it feels like we're on an island that nobody understands. It feels like nobody gets us. But the reality is, there are people out there, me included, that get you. So it is important you surround yourself with them because they will also see you through this. Celebrate your wins, small or big. Every step forward deserves recognition. Don't wait for perfection to acknowledge your progress. Every single small step must be acknowledged. And one of the primary reasons why high achieving women like yourself do not celebrate small wins is because it's not good enough. At least that's what we tell ourselves. Step 6, the voice you deserve to hear. And finally, I want you to think about the voices you want to hear in 2025. Imagine your kids saying, "Mom, you seem so happy lately." Imagine your partner saying, "I'm proud of you for setting boundaries." Imagine your own voice saying, "I did it. I showed up for myself, and it feels so damn good." This is what's possible when you stop running on autopilot and start living with intention. If this episode resonated with you, it's time to take the next step. Empower X isn't just another program. It's your space to transform. Together, we'll tackle the real barriers holding you back. You'll set bold goals, rewrite limiting beliefs, and create a life that feels unapologetically yours. Spots are obviously limited, and this is your moment to take action. Go to veronicacisneros.org/empowerx. Again, that's veronicacisneros.org/empowerx. This will also be in the link in the show notes. Join us today. Let's make 2025 the year you reclaim your power. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode spoke to you, share it. Share it with a friend who needs to hear it. And let's start a ripple effect of transformation. Remember, you are capable, you are powerful, and you deserve a life that feels like your own. Let's make 2025 the year that we rewrite our stories together. Raise your hand if you are ready to level up your marriage for 2023. Do you find that you're spending your time together with your husband checked out and in front of the TV? I know you're ready for tangible strategies that actually get you results. Reignite the spark in your marriage, have fun, and grow together. Well, I hope you have your hand raised at this minute because I have something special for you. I'm introducing my brand new 6-question marriage predictor quiz that's gonna give you personalized results to catapult you into the next stage of your marriage journey. That means you'll receive the results to where your marriage can get the best help. If you've got just 1 minute, head to veronicacisneros.org/quiz. Again, that's veronicacisneros.org/quiz, and you could take my brand new quiz, Marriage Predictor. Get your results delivered right to your email address. Again, that's veronicacisneros.org/quiz, veronicacisneros.org/quiz. What's up, ladies? Just want to let you guys know that your ratings and reviews for this podcast are greatly appreciated. If you love this podcast, please go to iTunes right now, write a review, rate the episode, and subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends.